Hi besties and welcome back to my trash channel. I hope you enjoy the first part of this series. I'm not sure how many episodes it's going to have, but yes. Anyways, bye. Date me. Sakuatsu had known Atsumu for quite a while now. They were peers and also roommates. Overall had gotten to know each other pretty well over the last year or so. But the last thing he expected was to see the blonde come back to their apartment. His hair and clothes drenched with rain. Not even a hello slipped his mouth as he called out whatever was on his mind. Who are you again? Omi, date me please. Atsumu had been going through a breakup which Sakuatsu knew very clearly of, as he was the one who comforted when he was lying on the couch crying, while watching some random romance movie and stuffing his face. But this was just uncalled for. In no way was Sakuatsu going to be his rebound. Are you drunk? What? Of course not. Then why are you asking me to date you? Did you get hit in the head? Atsumu didn't reply for a short while, kicking off his shoes and hanging up his coat on a hook before walking to the kitchen where Sakuatsu was sitting at a small table, probably previously watching videos on his laptop while drinking a coffee. I need you to date me, Omi. Either you're expressing your feeling for me or you're asking me for something, but you're shit at explaining, and quite frankly, I don't know what you want. Didn't I make it clear enough? I need you to date me. Right, I got that, but why? Do you like me or something? You? Of course not. Then explain to me what the fuck you want. I'm not a mind reader. Atsumu sighed while Sakuatsu stared holes into his forehead that he didn't notice or he just chose to ignore, as he pulled a chair out and sat down opposite Sakuatsu, Kyumi closing his laptop lid to focus his attention towards Atsumu. Go on. Atsumu puffed his cheeks out before he opened his mouth to explain whatever he wanted from Sakuatsu, which was extremely unclear before. I need you to fake date me. What? You're the one who asked about it. What else am I meant to do when my idiot of a roommate comes home screaming date me? Is that all I am to you? A roommate? Shut up. But still, I need you to fake date me. You could have just said that from the start. Atsumu sat up straight as he looked over into Sakuatsu's eyes, his own wide and excited, and his lips formed a smile. Does that mean you will do it? Absolutely not. Atsumu's expression replicated the opposite of before, though his lips in more of a pout. Why not? Why would I? You haven't even explained why yet. Oh yeah. Well basically I wanna make him jealous. Sakuatsu stared blankly at him for a moment, raising his arm into the table so that he could then rest his chin on his palm. He took a quick sip from his cup before he replied to the squirming and embarrassed Atsumu, who was restlessly moving in his seat. He clearly wasn't any good at hiding how he felt. By he I assume you mean Shoyo. Atsumu nodded, almost refusing to lift up his head in shame. Right, so, say I said yes, what would come of it? Well, we would make him jealous and he. Oh my god, calm down, you're not being lectured. I just want to know what your intentions are. I can't help it, Omi-kun. You're kinda scary, and you seem a little too serious right now. It's scary. Just tell me your intentions, Dumbus. Atsumu nodded, this time clearing his throat and then looking up into Sakuatsu's eyes, this time clearly less embarrassed and more confident. I just wanna make him jealous, you know. And then he'll start asking about us. And then we'll talk and get back together. Sakuatsu sipped at his cup, which only sent shivers down Atsumu's spine. He almost saw how Sakuatsu was acting like he was in an interview or like his parent telling him off for doing something dumb. But what came out his mouth was the exact opposite of what he was expecting. Okay. Does that mean you will do it? I'm thinking about it. I won't have to do it forever, right? And I know how much he meant to you. But at the same time, he broke up with you for a reason, right? You didn't exactly tell me what that was. He said he lost feelings. Sakuatsu hummed to himself, looking down at the table as he tapped on his coffee mug with one finger as he thought of what to say next. Well, nothing bad happened. I guess there's a chance you can spark back his feelings? I sure hope so. Sakuatsu sighed, looking up to Atsumu, who had lost his composure once again, his fingers fiddling and playing with one another in his lap. Fine, I'll help you, but if it doesn't work then it doesn't work. At least you can say you tried. Huh? Wait. Really? You'll do it? Isn't that what I just said? Wait, but, actually, yes, I'll help you, but it's not my fault if it flops. Atsumu practically beamed, jumping up from his seat to smother Sakusa in his arms, his smile sparkling with joy, though Sakusa didn't seem too pleased about the sudden contact as he tried his best to push the idiot from himself. Omi, I. Thank ya, so much. Yes, I get it, but get off me, dickhead. But Omi, I gotta show you my appreciation. You can show me your appreciation by getting the fuck off of me. Atsumu backed off of him after a couple more suffocating squeezes, standing in front of Sakusa with his hands to his hips, his face wearing the same gorgeous, bright smile, though it didn't look as gorgeous to Sakusa at the time. Thank you, Omi. Yes, I get it. You're welcome. We need to start now. What? Now? Like, now? Yes. Right this second, Omi. At least let me finish my coffee first. We haven't got time for that. Atsumu, I get that you're excited or whatever you're feeling. But I just agreed like a minute ago. We need some time to actually think about what we're going to do. Yeah, right. We need a plan. Sakusa nodded, the blonde going back to his seat to sit down, resting his head into both of his outspread hands as he looked at Sakusa, one cheek puffed out as he thought. So what's the plan? What? This was your idea to begin with. There is no way I'm coming up with the plan. But you're smarter than me, Omi. Put your brain to work. You're in your second year of college. I'm sure you can think by yourself. But you're smarter. Sakusa groaned as he directed an unimpressed expression towards the blonde, but the man didn't quiver. And what makes you think that? You're the one who's always written. I just assumed. I only write my essays, which take a while, but you do that too, Dumbus. But you seem to write more than me. Then you're blind. Because I read a lot of fanfics. That what you're probably seeing. Oh, you still have the capability to think. Sakusa sighed, sitting up straight in his chair, his face focused as he thought for a moment before he looked back to Atsumu. How about we make it subtle? Like, start off with something small instead of just posting on your Insta got a new boyfriend or whatever. It will make it more believable. OHH. Yeah, so smart, Omi-kun. What would I do without you? Be single. Wait, you already are. Atsumu scoffed, puffing out both of his cheeks as he directed a half-assed death glare towards Sakusa. Not anymore. Yeah, my boyfriend now. Not actually. You gotta pretend, Omi. Sakusa sighed, taking another sip from his cup. The amount of coffee didn't even seem to be going down. Probably from the amount of time he spent talking. Oh yeah, on the topic of Instagram, how many followers do you have? Atsumu raised an eyebrow. A lot, Omi. You're jealous? It comes natural to someone like me. I'm just so hot people can't resist. Sakusa's eyebrows furrowed, but the blonde only smirked back. I'm just saying, you should post something of us. Yeah, right. Shoyo follows me. Come here, Omi. Let's take a pic. No, you can come here. No way am I moving. Atsumu sighed but pushed his seat out once again, walking towards Sakusa with a frown before practically leaping on him, a phone in his hand as he quickly snapped a picture of him and Sakusa before he lost the chance to. Kyumi pushing him away. The fuck? At least give me some notice. It looks good though. See. He twirled his phone around to reveal the image. Atsumu looked like a complete idiot as he smashed his face against Sakusa's, his fingers forming a peace sign. Though overall, Sakusa looked no better, his face shocked and pissed. I hate it. Well, it looks genuine. I like it. I'm glad you do. That doesn't mean I do. Well, too bad. Posting it now. What? Right now? Now. Dash. He proceeded to post the image. It got as many likes as a usual post. Some comments asking who he was since Sakusa had never appeared anywhere on his social media before. He had tried to post pictures of them hanging out in the past, but Sakusa always refused. The image was captioned, "Chilling with this dickhead red heart." Dash. Omi. Sakusa turned around to see the face of Atsumu running towards him, a stuffed backpack on his back as well as around 5 books stacked in his hands. He looked to be in a rush, yet still wore his usual stupidly bright smile. What? Atsumu stopped in front of him, his head hunched over as he tried his best to regain his lost breath. Sakuatsu eyeing him up and down, trying to see what his deal was. You still remember the plan, right? What? Of course I do. You reminded me just before we left. Speaking of which, you were just about to leave when I was. Why are you in such a rush? There's this thing called getting distracted, you know. I was busy admiring your food, and eating some of it. What? You can't blame me, Omi. Your food looks so good, I can't resist. Plus we're like best friends, so it's fine. We're roommates at Sumu. You're not my best friend. How many friends do ya got then? I don't. Exactly. Therefore you're my best friend, and I'm yours. Last time I checked, that's not how it works. Just shut it, Omi. We're gonna be late. He cut him off as he began trying to walk towards the classroom door, though Sakuatsu quickly turned around, a hand placing itself to the blonde's shoulder. You sure you want to? What? Of course I am. But are you sure? You pay for college, you know. You sure you wanna sacrifice that by pretending you're madly in love with me? Oh come on. I'll only be texting ya. I can still focus on the lecture. We both know you're shit at multitasking. Oh come on. Gimme some credit. I'm not that bad. Plus since when are you concerned about my education? Don't you hate me or something? He smirked and Sakuatsu sighed as he began to walk past Atsumu. Since you became my roommate. Now get to class, fucktard. With that he walked into the classroom. Atsumu's expression confused as he tried to comprehend what Sakuatsu had just said, though he shook himself off, preparing himself to walk into the classroom and complete their plan. Just the night before they brainstormed ideas of what to do in order to spark some jealousy in Shoyo. They came up with multiple, though they both decided to start off subtly. At the start of the year, when Atsumu and Hinata were still dating, they had chosen to sit next to one another in multiple classes that they shared, and Atsumu had found out after their breakup that he was unable to change his seat. He even explained the whole situation to his professor, though he didn't seem to care at all. Either way, they had planned to start subtly, Atsumu saying he would text Sakuatsu almost flirty messages in class and make no effort to hide his phone. Shoyo was bound to look over at his phone eventually. Even Atsumu can't help looking when someone he doesn't even know's phone screen is out visibly. That was why Atsumu was a little confused as to why Sakuatsu was so concerned for his education. He was only texting. He could for sure listen to the lecture at the same time and even take notes. It wasn't exactly hard to do, though he decided to brush it off, taking a deep breath as he took a step into the classroom. He had sat next to Hinata in multiple lessons after their breakup, but the anxious feeling he would feel would never change. Most people were already in the room, including Hinata sat on the third row and Sakuatsu all the way at the back, clearly playing on his phone to kill time before the lecture started. He was fully prepared anyways. He had all his books and necessary belongings out on the table as well as his laptop. He decided to not distract himself further with whatever Sakuatsu was doing whilst he walked to his chair, pulling it out before awkwardly sitting down. He pulled his stuff from his bag, his pens, highlighters, trying to ignore the uncomfortable atmosphere shared between him and Shoyo next to him as they sat in complete silence. He pulled his phone from his pocket, shooting Hinata a short glance before unlocking his phone. Now was his chance to get something started. He placed his arms openly out on the desk, though trying to make it less obvious that he was trying to gather the attention of Shoyo as he scrolled to open his and Sakuatsu's messages. Omi 3. He quickly typed, trying to ignore the dying urge to look towards the boy next to him and see if he was looking his way. He luckily pursued. The night before he decided to change Sakuatsu's username by adding a heart to the end, figuring it would be an extra touch if Hinata did actually have questions. It didn't take long for Sakuatsu to reply. He had only just turned off his phone before it buzzed, the lettering one new message from Omi red heart. He smiled to himself before opening the message to reply. Haikyuu red heart. Atsumu felt his eyes jump out of their sockets as he read the message over and over again around 10 times before having a reality check. Sakuatsu would never message him like this willingly. He would usually get a reply of what? Or the fuck you want? Or most usually he wouldn't get a reply at all. But the reply was all a part of the act, as Atsumu came to the conclusion of. His fingers stumbled on the keyboard as he tried his best to form a reply after the surprise. You alright there all the way at the back of the room? You sure you don't need me to come and entertain you? I don't know. Maybe you should come join me. See if I like it better. Want me so bad, huh? You're the one who offered. Of course I'm going to take it if I can. Plus there's a couple spare spaces next to me. Wait, you actually want me to come sit next to you? Isn't that what I just said? Atsumu turned his head to look behind himself, his eyes directing towards the figure of Sakuatsu, one of his hands partially out in front of him as he attempted to call Atsumu over. It wasn't in their plan for Atsumu to come and join Sakuatsu at the back, but he had nothing against it. It could maybe help them in some kind of way too, plus the idea of Sakuatsu actually offering for him to sit next to him, an antisocial freak, sort of made him feel happy or accepted, though he brushed this feeling off, assuming it was all a part of Kayumi's act. Either way, he began to pick up small parts of his stuff, such as a notepad and his stationery. He had assumed that the teacher would move him back to his seat as soon as the lecture started, so there wasn't exactly a point in him taking all of his stuff. He tried his best to avoid the eyes of Hinata that he felt on his face as he pushed the chair back under the desk after standing up. He then began to walk to the back row, settling his stuff down on the seat next to Sakuatsu's when he got there, giving him a kind and welcoming smile that wasn't exactly returned. Hiaomi. Hey. Called me back here urgently, HAA. Don't you hate me? What? No, I don't hate you. Plus this helps with the act. Hinata could get jealous. He sure was staring at you a lot. Atsumu rested his head to his hand as he beamed, staring deep into Kayumi's eyes. He was. Yeah, you sorta have a good view from back here. I can see what everyone is doing. Wait, actually? He nodded, staring towards where Atsumu would usually be Saturday. I can even see you when you try and hide your phone under the desk. You can see that. Yeah, and I think what a fucking idiot. The only reason you haven't been caught is because you're actually allowed to have your phone out, dumbass. This isn't high school. No one gives a fuck if you don't pay attention. You're paying for the education. Wait, we're allowed our phones out? Sakuatsu raised an eyebrow, glaring confusedly at Atsumu's face to see whether he was being serious or not, but his body language told him that he was completely serious. Yes. Why didn't I know this? Why didn't anyone tell me? Because you're a fucking idiot. I thought it would be fairly obvious. You're so mean. You act like you hate me or something. I never hated you, dumbass. You're not that bad. You talk sometimes too much and it pisses me off. But right now, I wouldn't mind your company. Atsumu smiled like an idiot until he eventually sent a smirk Kayumi's way, Sakuatsu only returning a scoff and an eye roll. I see. So Omi does have a soft spot for me. I absolutely do not. Don't make shit up. Or, Omi, no need to get so defensive. I know the truth. No, you do not. Shut up. There was silence for a moment. Not an awkward silence. Just a silence. Atsumu scanning every part of Kayumi's face, watching his every move until the latter's eyes directed down the piece of paper on the desk in front of him. Atsumu's interests instantly peaking. What's that? You can draw? No. Sakuatsu took the paper by the corner, nervously placing it down on the chair at the opposite side to him, which was tucked under the desk, looking back at Atsumu with small eyes. The blonde only pouted, reaching an arm as far as he could reach over Kayumi's chest, seemingly trying to reach the tucked chair that was clearly further than he could reach. Omi. Show me it. I only got a glimpse. Good. I'm not very good. There's nothing for you to see. What? It didn't look bad. Better than what I could draw. Show me, Omi. Just because it's better than what you can make doesn't mean it's good. Now drop it. I don't wanna show you it. They're just some pointless doodles I did anyways. It's not exactly anything to be excited about. But Omi, they looked good. No means no, Atsumu. Atsumu huffed, drawing his body back to his seat, questioning himself as to why Sakuatsu wouldn't let him see it, but it seemed he wasn't going to be getting an answer for that. They looked good from what I could see. Thanks. And that will be all you're seeing. Atsumu sighed, laying his head down on the desk, maybe even exaggerating his feelings to provoke Sakuatsu, and somehow he slightly took to it. There's no need to pout. There is. You won't show me your art. Then get over it. It's no big deal, Dumbus. He groaned as he sat up once again. Whatever. I'd show you my art if I actually made any. That's nice. But you don't. Nor do I. They're only doodles. Whatever. It was Sakusa's turn to sigh, shaking his head with a non-visible, small smile at his lips. Atsumu was such an idiot, but somehow it was slightly comforting, and he could get used to it. But he'd gladly get rid of him. He didn't want him talking his ear off for the next 5 hours of the day and even longer once they would get home. I have regrets. HAA. Why did I invite you over? I'm so dumb. Not that bad. You are when you pout like a baby for seemingly no reason. Not a baby. You sure seem like one. Whatever. Where is this woman anyways? He spoke, trying to change the subject, but as if on cue he was answered immediately. The face of their professor walked in through the door. He was surprised he didn't hear her sooner because of how loud her heels sounded against the floor. She settled her stuff down on her desk before taking a deep breath and turning to the group. Morning everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. Her eyes then traced the room, scanning each row until they landed on Atsumu. Atsumu, get back in your seat. It seemed she had predicted what he was going to do from their talk the other day, and the countless times he had attempted to move seats previously. Atsumu sighed as he fiddled with his pencil, playing with his phone under the desk with one hand despite what Sakusa had told him earlier. It just came more naturally to him to hide what he was doing. That was until he felt his phone buzz in his palm. He read the notification on the screen. A new text from Sakusa. He raised an eyebrow as he raised his arm, placing his hand and phone on the desk as he clicked the notification. Do you ever pay attention? I'm surprised you're not failing. Atsumu scoffed before he decided to reply, the sound gathering the attention of the man next to him who was just paying attention. Shut up, Omi. It was a compliment really. You're not failing. Somehow. I'm just smart, Omi. Not like you would understand what that feels like. Right, sure. Well, either you pay attention or you text me. You pick. I'm doing both. You're sure not taking notes? There's no way you're going to remember everything you've heard today. You don't know me. I assure you, I do. Usually at around 11 p.m.ish, a certain idiot will knock on my bedroom door, asking for my notes. You always give me them. I'd rather you didn't fail. Why? OMG, I knew it. Omi would miss me. Shut up. I'm helping you, so don't act all cocky towards me. Yeah, whatever. So are you going to pay attention now? HAA. You gave me two choices, you know. And I choose to talk to you. Dear God. You're going to fail. Not with your amazing notes. Atsumu smiled at his phone as he turned to look behind himself, in the process accidentally looking Hinata's way, which he was confused to find out was staring directly at him, though he tried his best at it, aiming a snarky smirk Kayumi's way. Sakusa only scoffed when he felt Atsumu's eyes on him, the blonde turning back around and giving his phone his attention once again. Omi does like me really, no need to act defensive. Maybe you should pay attention to the lecture instead of flirting with me. What? This is barely flirting. You have never seen me in action. Go on, test me then. HAA. Show me your real flirting skills. Geez, Omi, didn't think you wanted me that bad. Try me. He chuckled under his breath, debating whether to turn around again. He could feel Hinata's eyes on. Their plan was working, but something in his heart hurt. The last thing he wanted was to make him upset, and he really hoped he hadn't. But the guilt didn't overwrite the giddiness he was feeling. Their plan was working. They tried to be subtle, but it seemed to be working almost too good. I can't show you that now. Why not? Go on, test me. I'll rate how good you are. No, I gotta tell you them through voice. Maybe later, Omi. If you have the patience. Whatever. Don't pout. Pouting is your thing. I'm not pouting. I can feel the pout through the Omi screen. Then you are clearly mistaken. I don't think so. Shut up, dickhead, and pay attention. I am. No, you're not. Get off your phone. Pay attention. You're also on your phone. And for your information, I am paying attention. You're clearly not. I'm paying attention to you, Omi. You. Don't you me. We all know you love me to bits. I don't. You must. Yeah, still talking to me. Doesn't mean I love you. You're annoying as fuck. Tsundere much. Shut up. You must like me at least a little. You would have ignored me if not. Yeah. You're okay. I like being around you. Kinda. But that doesn't mean I love you. So calm down. Needy for my affection much. Shut up. I was just stating facts. Okay. He smiled and shook his head, brushing his finger across his phone, his fingers tracing along the keyboard as he began to type again, though was stopped mid-sentence, feeling a short poke press against his arm. His head snapped to the boy next to him. Hinata looked at him with an almost expressionless face, his lips slightly parted and his eyes wide as they stared up into Atsumu's. He coated his lips with his tongue, dampening them before opening his mouth to speak. Did you move on that quickly? End of part 1. Hi besties. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for how long it took to make. I've been writing something in between that I couldn't exactly upload, but like yes. Not sure when the next part will be out, but it will probs be soon. Anyways, see ya besties. Bye.